Hello, welcome once again to the White Flag Podcast. My name is Joe McNeil, and with me is my hexagonally shaped Scott Andrews.
He's been messing with HeroScape all morning. It's all hexagons.
It's all hexes in my head.
Yeah,
So
that's all right.
all of my hexes live in Texas.
It's like the Matrix to him now, but hexagons.
Yeah, it's like a kind of the whole world looks like Minecraft, but it's hexes instead of blocks. So anyway.
Nice.
So today we're having a HeroScape event, but we're not going to talk about HeroScape. We've done that a couple times, but we have that, and then we also have an event in May that we'll talk about here shortly. But first, we're going to talk about White Flag Games' new side venture via Scott here. He is going to talk about his fancy new toy. Where does he get all those wonderful toys?
So I decided to complicate my life and buy a laser engraver. I'm calling my little side business Side Quest Laser Engraving. If you've been in the shop last couple weeks, you may have seen some of the products I have. I have some cool metal business cards from fictional companies, so you can be a Vault-Tec employee. You can work on the severed floor with Lumen. I have some dog tags that I've engraved. We've got Cthulhu here. We've got a Space Marine, Magic the Gathering. These are aluminum bracelets. I've got a bender to wrap them around and bend them on your wrist with some cool stuff on them. And basically, I also have coins. I've got a couple here. I'm going to be doing more. And the great thing is any of this stuff I can personalize for anyone. If you have something that you'd like on a business card or a bracelet or a dog tag or a coin, I can do any of that. You can just contact my email, scott@whiteflaggames. I plan on bringing in more stuff. I'd like to do tumblers. I'd like to do, I've seen some really cool flasks that I could do stuff on, maybe some keychain type things, kind of whatever people are looking for. It's been exciting, learning a new skill, learning a lot about design has been the biggest part of it. Another cool thing I was able to do is White Flag finally has proper gift cards. So these are aluminum metal gift cards. You got a big old barcode on the back. So now if you get a gift card from us, you will have an actual card to give someone. So that was really exciting to do.
Talk about the back of it, the barcode generated.
So I actually have a program in my software that will generate a barcode. So this makes this basically reloadable. This will have an individual number for this gift card. It can be loaded up at any time once you've used it. If you'd like to keep it, you can keep it and keep adding money to it, or if you don't, give it back to us and we'll move it on to the next person. But that was really cool, being able to do that. We've been wanting actual gift cards for a long time, so that'll be really neat moving forward. The plans are to keep growing, keep adding more and more stuff. I'd like to find a supplier of like rings, so I can do cool rings with different stuff on them. I'm getting pretty decent at coming up with art to add. I've got like a Dice Goblin bracelet. I've got like an adventuring party. Then I've got like the cute adventuring party. I've got If Found, Return to White Flag Games, because but yeah, anything you want. Another project I'm working on is finding some of the aluminum cards that are Magic the Gathering Pokemon sized and being able to laser engrave like your favorite commander or your favorite Pokemon card onto one of those to sell. So that'll be coming soon. But really, the crazy thing with my laser is I can engrave on anything.
Can you engrave on me?
I could. It would probably hurt.
Tune in next week while I stick my hand in it.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. He's going to hold his hand there and we're going to engrave it. I can do metal. I can do plastics. I can do leather. I can do anything. So
potentially neoprene?
Potentially. We are going to be doing experiments. That's what I've been doing. Most of my weeknights is experimenting on different materials and finding settings that work for them. And then once I get the settings down, I can just crank out products. So it's been really fun. If you have something in mind that you would like, if you have something that you'd like to see the White Flag logo on, let us know, because I can engrave the White Flag logo. So,
or if you have a small business, for example, that's something else that I think could apply to that. Getting tumblers made or something along those lines.
Business cards, I can do a bunch of the metal business cards for you. Just reach out. Like I said, scott@whiteflaggames.com. But yeah, it's been really fun. Hopefully we'll continue to grow it, and we're going to be talking about a lot of tournaments and stuff coming up at the stores. Hopefully I can get some cool like trophy type products for people, maybe cool coins or bracelets that signify they won the tournaments in our shop.
Yeah.
Tumblers, I'd love to have a bunch of white flag tumblers running around, or maybe the things you slip your drink into.
Little koozies.
Yep. That'd be really cool. So I'll be working on it, and please, if you have ideas, just reach out. But yeah, that is Side Quest Laser Engraving.
Yeah, and that's something that obviously both of us, Scott and I, through the years have dabbled in a lot of different printing things, whether it's t-shirt printing or 3D printing, which is still something that we do pretty heavily. So eventually it would be nice to have something akin to a full-blown print shop to be able to do that. That just takes a lot of manpower and a lot of things. So right now we're kind of slowly creatively building through those things, and then eventually we'd like to have more of a front and maybe get some people to help us kind of run those things. But anyway, just stay tuned. Like he said, if you've got questions or anything that you might want to get printed on those things, you can inquire through the shop. I'll get you in touch with Scott. His business card is up front too, so if you stop by and he's not here, we'll get you hooked up with his information. But now we're going to switch to basically we're going to cover May is a pretty big month for us with a lot of events going on.
Now, we're not just talking about like our normal day-to-day. All that stuff's still going through May. These are like highlighted big special events that are coming up in May, and there's quite a few. So Joe, what is our first one coming up?
Well, for the entire month of May, we've been doing Learn to Plays. This month we did Thunderworks. Next month we're going to be featuring capstone games. So next episode of the podcast we'll be talking about the different capstone games that we're going to be learning to play through the month of May. And there's 5 Saturdays there, so we'll be doing those. May take a break on one of them because of Memorial Day. That weekend's kind of busy anyway. But the first one that we have is May 17th is our HeroScape Store Championship. So again, we've got an event today, but these are the wonderful store championship kits that they sent us. And I'm going to take these out. So there's a big nerdy thing with HeroScape with the order markers. They've printed them in like every color pretty much except for yellow, I believe. And so they've given us yellow order markers, which those will be for everyone. And then what they did was pretty sweet. They printed this figure. This figure is from the 2-player starter set. This is Iwasha. And if you can tell, they've given us 8 that have a silver ring, and it says 2025 Store Championship. So they're on there, and then it has one golden one for the winner. So the bases are kind of different on that. These are the pre-painted minis. And then you've also got, to go with those, what they've done is gold embossed some of the cards. So these are really cool. I'm really excited. You've even got a championship card, which what this does is this gives you an invitation to compete against top players around the world for the 2025 HeroScape World Championship, which is held at Gen Con, which is in August, which we go every year. We love Gen Con. So if you're lucky, you get a chance to win that as well. But I love this. I love that they've embossed this. This is how you make a tournament kit. Like, this is a very well done by Renegade, by Hasbro, which is rare for me to say. But anyway, we won't get into that. But that's going to be our store championship. That is on May 17th. The following week, May 24th, which is Memorial Day weekend, we have our Lorcana store championship.
Yep, so it's the Arcadia Island Store Championship. Lorcana's still kind of tweaking their tournament kit, so what they're doing this time is I think it's the top 8 will get like the enchanted version of a hero card. Then I've got a special non-foil version for everybody that participates. There is a Arcadia Store Championship playmat, only one this time, up for grabs as well. That'll be coming up on the 24th, 2 p.m. It's only $10. Registration is open now, so you can go register. I think last store championship we had like 28. I usually cap it at like 48 players just to make our lives a little bit easier here. So, if you're interested in coming out, this is one of the less expensive ones in town. We just give away what's in the kit. Some of the other ones in town are fairly expensive. And, if you're not in that top 8, you're not really going to walk away with anything. So this is a cool way to get in cheaply.
Yeah.
You're at least going to get the promo. I think I get like 40 of the promos. And then you have a chance to make that top 8. This has been a fun set and introduced dual colored inks. If you don't currently play Lorcana, but you're interested, Saturdays at 2 p.m., come on in. We can set you up, teach you how to play, and then if you like it, you can keep coming back.
Yep. They've got a great format, which we've demoed on the podcast before, the whole pack rush thing. So that's definitely something that that we could do. If you want to get a couple free packs, you want to learn how to play, we'll totally pack rush with you in that sense. Now, also on the 24th in the evening, I believe, we're going to be doing our first puzzle tournament. So that one is by Ravensburger also, and what they do is they send us a bunch of different puzzles. You have like a timer thing going on, and it's a time puzzle where teams of 2 to 4 will be putting together a 500 or 1,000-piece puzzle, whichever one. We'll probably do 500 to begin with, just to...
Yeah, it'll be our first event, kind of feel it out.
Yeah, so, but they give us prizes for that. They support us in that way. We learned all about this at Gamma.
Kit at Gamma.
Yeah.
Oh, man, they have, like, medals.
Fantastic.
It's really cool, and the kit itself supports, what they say, like...
I think it's like 8 teams, but you can order multiple or something like that. We're still going to get a lot of the details there. We've been filling out all the paperwork to be... able to order direct through Ravensburger, and they're a little backed up because they've switched their whole organized play system.
Another cool thing on the puzzle front is if you win in our store, you actually get store credit to spend on the Ravensburger website for puzzles.
Yep.
So if you're a big puzzler and would like to possibly win, a couple $100 in free puzzles, this would be a great way to do it.
Yep.
We don't have pricing together yet because we're waiting to kind of find out everything.
How that works.
Just stay tuned to our Facebook and you'll see all the details on that one.
Should be pretty nominal. Most of the time when we're having these events like the Heroescape and the Lorcana and stuff, we're usually only charging $5 to $10 per person. We just want people to come in and have a good time. We know that things are expensive, so it's just easier, obviously, to be able to keep the cost down. Rounding out our big events in May, we do have a Pokemon League Cup on the 31st. So Dakota will have more information on that. We might get him in here to kind of talk a little bit more about Pokemon and stuff, just to see where that's going. But I have noticed, we talked a few weeks back with Jay about the current Pokemon drought and a lot of the issues with scalpers and things like that. But I have noticed a lot of that's starting to kind of go down. The prices on sealed product are not... they're not. They were like two times the normal MSRP, and now they're just kind of a little bit above it. So that's a good sign that things are happening. And we do have a new set coming out pretty soon. I think it's in May, but it's a Team Rocket set. So of course everyone's going to want to.
Yeah.
All the Pokemon fans love Team Rocket, so they're going to want to get in on that as well. But May is very big. We've got a lot of big events. If there's something that you would like to host or be interested in, we've got tons of game space. Just check with us. We've got groups that meet throughout the week doing various different things, but that's kind of what we built the place for. Helps us just foster that community.
And that brings up another good point. We talk a lot about like our weekly offerings and that stuff. There's a lot of time that we have space open. If you have your own RPG group, if you have your own board game group, if you're trying to play test a game that you're making and you need space, come on in. We're not going to charge you, to sit at a table and play something. That's what it's here for. Come in. You guys see all the games behind us. We don't charge to use our library. We just ask that you respect the games. Come in, learn a new game, play something, hang out with your family. You get hungry, there's all kinds of restaurants around. But it's a great way to spend the night in person with someone or a group of people. And most nights we're going to have space for you.
Yeah. You just got to ask. I think it's funny because like a lot of times customers or people off the street will walk in and be like, well, how do you make your money? And it's like, you don't charge to, and we're like, no, you don't charge for it. And it's just like unbelievable to them. But we've been doing this for almost 11 years now, and we've never charged for space. We did have a private room for a little while that we did that with, but that kind of went away. But no, like we're here for the community. That's why we host these events. But honestly, Scott and I can't do everything. So all these events that we listed, with the exception of the Pokemon, I mean, that's something that Scott and I are running. So if you're interested in running events or helping in some of these, we are pretty strict as far as like who we pick for those things. But if you're interested, you have the passion for it, and you're dedicated, and you're responsible, that's something that we would love to have the help with. So if you feel like helping out with any of those situations, just let us know.
Yep.
But look forward to more printing things as we kind of tool around and figure out our whole methodology with some of this stuff. We'd like to kind of bust that out even more. But yeah, we got a lot of fun, exciting things in May, and we're just happy to be here. Happy to be hosting these things for you.
Get back into some warm weather. Everybody's getting out, so no reason to stay inside anymore. You can make the trip over and come hang out with us.
Yep. So have a good summer. We're going to kick it off the right way. We also have in May, I didn't mention this, but the ACD open house is in May. So in a few weeks, I'll have like a little bit of one of our podcasts will be me up at the ACD open house. I'll try and talk to some of the game publishers there and stuff, but that's always a good time to check out some of the stuff that's coming out. So
we get a new peek at all the new Heroescape stuff coming.
Yeah. We love the
cool.
Heroescape. So there we are. But until then,
Heroescape.
G.I. Joe, he's excited.
G.I.
for the
Joe
G.I.
Heroescape.
But anyway, you have a great rest of your day.
Bye.